Hello, fellow agents. I'm Agent E.
And I'm Agent A.
And thank you for joining us today on another case file with
Paranormal Intelligence Bureau.
So, today we have a really cool case file.
Yes.
I feel that it is something we have all heard about in the past.
I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about this.
Yeah. So what is that special case file we have for our agents today?
All right, agents. Today's case file is about Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Wait, before we get into it, I read that as we continue opening these cases, we're actually
inviting that energy to us.
Do you believe that?
Absolutely.
Because I was thinking, I was investigating on this case. Are we opening a door?
Well, she can go visit you. She doesn't have to visit me.
No, thank you, Bloody Mary.
Have you ever had experienced Bloody Mary?
All right, so the first time I've ever heard about Bloody Mary was I was in middle school, and there was like a rumor that something had happened on the news, whatever. But I'm in 6th grade. I don't watch the news. That supposedly a young girl played Bloody Mary in her bathroom, and Bloody Mary came to the mirror and scratched her eyes out.
Oh, man.
So it created like a whole thing throughout the school that it was like everybody was scared to play it or even talk about it. But then you had those kids,
the badasses,
like myself, and a few of my friends that we attempted to play the game before.
Okay, that's I have heard some Bloody Mary stories, but I never believed them. So I guess we have a very eyewitness from you experiencing this.
We're gonna explain who Bloody Mary is first, and we'll show some videos and explain more about her history and where Bloody Mary came from, because I read that there's at least 500 plus different Bloody Mary stories, and the reason why is because there's so many Marys that have passed away that they all have their own paranormal experiences tied to them.
So,
but there is an originator.
Like worldwide, you mean?
Yes, worldwide. There's so many Marys that have passed away that they have accumulated their own paranormal story behind them, like the original Bloody Mary.
So how does Bloody Mary work?
So supposedly you repeat her name. Well, not her name. So the term bloody comes from the UK, and that's like damning her. Okay. Like bloody, like bloody hell.
So if I sit right here, I say her name
3 times.
It has to be.
No, you have to be in a light dimmed room.
Okay.
Or in the bathroom.
Okay.
You have to be looking into a mirror.
Okay, so there has to be a mirror involved.
Light dimmed room.
Okay, cool.
Mirror.
Okay.
Looking into the mirror. Repeating the words Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
That's
supposedly
creepy.
She comes to the mirror and she scratches your eyes out.
Okay. So that's the urban legend.
Yes. And I was stupid enough to play it one time.
Oh God. I don't know if I'm like excited to hear your story or scared to hear your story.
So, have you heard anything about Queen Mary? Or Bloody Mary, the folklore?
The folklore, the urban legend, yes. I've heard the same thing, that you have to be in a bathroom. It has to be specifically in the bathroom. Okay. There has to be the
lights
mirror,
off,
dark, completely dark. There has to be a mirror. You say her name the 3 times.
Okay.
And first you'll hear a screeching or a scream or a cry in the background.
Before she arrives?
Before she arrives, which then she will come out the mirror and either take you with her through the mirror or she'll scratch your eyes out.
Okay, so we've heard similar stories.
Yeah, either experience, I don't even want to.
We come from different places, different backgrounds, and we've heard similar stories about Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I would like to hear if anyone else had a Bloody Mary story. So
if you guys have any Bloody Mary stories, feel free to leave them in the comments. Send us messages. We'll talk about them. We'll bring them up. And that's with any case, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Any case.
So tell me more about these other Bloody Marys that you've heard of. Like, not all 500.
No, we can't get into all 500.
No, but I guess the most known ones.
I know the original one, which is Queen Mary the First.
Okay. So we're talking
And
about like the King of England, Queen of England type thing.
from the 1500s.
Okay, cool.
And she wasn't a nice lady from what I heard. She
uh,
supposedly killed 300 people. She burned 300
yeah,
people
she did.
to bring back Catholicism.
Back to England, yeah.
I don't know too much about that, about their history, in England and the UK, but she killed 300 people, burned them to bring back a religion. I know that she suffered from miscarriages.
Yeah.
Supposedly, people who saw apparitions of her holding a baby.
What the hell?
And that's because she's had so many miscarriages. And I don't know exactly how many.
I'm a huge history buff. I can pull it up. I'm a huge history buff, and I can say that Queen Mary did not have the easiest life, even though that is her.
So this is the Queen Mary.
This is the Queen Mary, that her parents was the infamous King Henry VIII and that her mom was Catherine of Aragon.
Isn't she in the movie Alice in Wonderland?
No.
Isn't she the queen with the big head?
You're thinking of the Red Queen. No, that's different.
The Red Queen.
Maybe you might be right. You might be onto something.
And it looks just like her.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary.
So, she actually became the first queen of England that was actually succeeded through bloodline, right? So she took over after her young brother Edward, Prince Edward, had passed, and she became queen. And she didn't have the easiest, life,
And why
I
is
would
that?
say. I mean, when King Henry decided to break up and, dissolve his marriage to her mom, Catherine of Aragon, he abolished Catholicism, right? And he abolished Catholicism, and she loved her dad. She was like very attached to him. So and one of the things is that the woman that King Henry chose, Anne Boleyn, made him like separate him from his family, made him separate from her. So eventually she was taken away from the kingdom and thrown to another property as a young woman, taken away from her mom.
And that's like worst case scenario for them.
Yeah, of course. You're a young woman.
In royalty.
In royalty. So she actually lost her title of princess and was demoted to like lady when King Henry decided to marry Anne Boleyn.
Didn't that happen now with the princess and Harry? Did Harry lose his... Did he get demoted?
No, he gave up his royalty.
Oh, he gave up his royalty?
Which is different.
Yeah,
right? It wasn't taken from him.
Oh,
and it's different because King Henry and Queen Mary, she's the actual bloodline.
Oh, right? So it makes a big difference.
It's a huge... And she was
you
like
can't just
next,
take that away.
She's like next in line to become queen.
Okay, and what throne is this?
This is the England. So Queen of England.
The throne of Tudor, I believe, right?
So this is House of Tudor.
Tudor.
Yeah, I know it's a difficult, but it's the House of Tudor. So it was the most well-known house back then in England. They ruled everything. But to get back into it, Queen Mary, so Mary Tudor, it was actually a Catholic tyrant who burned nearly 300 people during her short 5-year reign. However, in recent years, historians have attempted to reevaluate her reputation, right? So they're saying that, oh, she wasn't that bad. No, she was pretty bad. She burned 300 people.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't a nice lady.
And she would behead people. She would kill people that didn't believe her, that didn't agree with her, that didn't agree with the religion. So she killed, burned, and
so that's why they would damn her in the mirror.
Yes.
They would say, bloody, bloody Mary.
Because
bloody
you
Mary.
can't say that to her face or to anyone around, because anyone that spoke ill of the queen or the king is like...
Off with your head.
Yes, exactly. You said it.
Crazy. All right, what else do we have?
So the next thing that we have, so that's a little bit about Queen Mary and, why she is attached.
And that's where it originated from, right? The folklore?
Yeah.
That's why I believe so.
Yeah. Bloody Mary.
That's the oldest. Started in the
Yeah,
1500s.
1500s. The next one I would say is a couple years later, which is a story out of Hungary. And it was Countess Elizabeth Bathory. So she was like one of the first known woman serial killers, which is a little cool or a little bit weird,
The
right?
first known serial killer.
Maybe not the first, but she was
No,
pretty up there.
we just finished talking about one. Who came first? Bloody Mary?
No,
Or
no,
this
no. No, Bloody Mary was first, and then
Well, Queen Mary was first, and
Queen Mary
then
was first, and then Countess Elizabeth Bathory. So
okay.
she's of the kingdom of Hungary, and you know her family was very well known. But
So how did she get the name?
so she actually got the name because she had an obsession of staying young, right? She did not want to actually like age. So there was over, I want to say over 300 to 400 accounts that she would lure women, specifically virgins, to her palace, to her kingdom, and she would kill them. And she was known to either drink virgin blood or bathe in their blood because she believed that was going to cause her not to ever age.
Now, will you consider that witchcraft?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we're talking about witchcraft in the 1500s?
In the 1500s. I was wrong. It's more. It's like it says over 600 young women. I said 3 to 5. It's over 600 from the ages of 10 to 14.
That's terrifying.
That is
And I find
horrible.
it interesting. You said something about that she lured them in.
She lured them in.
I actually have a story when you're done about luring in.
I don't want to go into
Mary.
too much detail because it's very, very, very sadistic and very gross what she did to these poor young women. But you know that
They should make a movie about her.
They actually, there is a movie.
Well, there is a Bloody Mary movie that came out in 2006.
There's also one for Countess Elizabeth. Man, I used to love watching this movie, and it was that they created a video game based off of her, but they didn't know that the real experiences would come to life.
Oh, I think I've seen this.
Oh man,
you're bringing back memories now.
I have to say,
guys, if you remember that movie, feel free to leave it in the comments. I don't remember
the name of the movie, but it's such a good movie because it really goes into her life. And you're there thinking like, hey, I'm gonna play this super cool, scary video game, and it's like, no,
they gotta make that a game.
Like, no, it's actually about Countess, Elizabeth Bathory that just kills everyone, and she actually kills people.
That's insane.
Yeah, they used to call her I want to say the Countess of Dracula or something like that.
What?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, she's drinking blood. She's like a vampire.
The Blood Countess or Countess Dracula.
That's an insane. I don't know which story is crazier.
Yeah.
Queen Mary's or hers.
The Countess Bathory.
I think she has her beat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you guys Google her, you can see how crazy and sadistic this woman was. Or if you watch the movie, like, it's a pretty interesting movie, but it was, yeah, this lady was pretty fucked up. There's no other word to say it.
That's a crazy story. I think people should dig deeper into that.
Yeah.
That's definitely a wild one. Now, you said a few things about, how she lured people in, and how she basically like drank people's blood. She basically did witchcraft.
And it had to be specifically virgin blood.
Specifically virgin blood.
Specifically.
All right, so what I read, I started to read about a story called the Chicago Wadsworth Legend. Okay?
Okay, what is that?
This was located in Chicago, Illinois. Built in so this goes back to a railroad, right? The railroad. And when I say the railroad, they call it the Reverse Underground Railroad, right?
Okay. And that's like the one that, the famous one for slavery that everything happened?
So the legend of Mary Worth, okay, in Chicago in the 1800s in Lake County, she would torture runaway slaves.
Wait. So you're talking This woman.
She would use the Underground Railroad, and there's a book called The Reverse Underground Railroad,
Okay.
where she would lure runaway slaves into her barn and mutilate them and chop them up with an axe, and do witchcraft with their body parts.
What?
Yeah. And this is in the 1800s.
Yeah, this was during
She
the
is said
actual
to have
Underground
tortured
Railroad
runaway
times.
slaves in her barn until angry locals burned her to death.
Known as the Second Salem.
Yes, whitewater folklore.
What?
Mary Worth.
I have never heard this story.
So this is the thing. There's so many Bloody Mary phenomenons.
Is there a picture of her that maybe you can show? Oh, right there, right there.
No, that's not. That's
not her. That's
no.
like a.
Wait. All right. So
God, it has to be the first one.
The first picture is her. Okay.
The black and white one.
Yes, I'll click on it.
So you're telling me this woman
would lure.
She would lure these runaway slaves that were trying to escape slavery, go to the north, which it's funny because the Chicago was the north.
And they were going through the Underground Railroad, and she would stray them away and lead them reverse. That's why they call it the Reverse Underground Railroad, because instead of them escaping, she would bring them back and lure them into her barn
and do these heinous things.
She would use an axe and she would mutilate them. She would chop them up into pieces, and she would use their body parts
for witchcraft.
Yes, specifically, she was known to be a witch, and that's when the neighborhood got together and they burned her, and that's why they call it the Second Salem.
The Second Salem.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
So that's when you just mentioned a story about luring people in, and not only that, they're drinking the blood. And it's another story of witchcraft. But the thing is, this is in the 1800s.
Yeah.
This is a couple of generations, not too far. You know?
That's pretty crazy. I had never heard of her ever. You know,
that's terrifying.
It's very terrifying. I can't even imagine those poor souls already having to go through such a difficult time, and then
well, you already went through what
you went through hell,
and you meet this lady, and imagine what she told you to get you to follow her and come this way.
I have food, I have water.
She's offering you help, and you think, oh man, finally someone's gonna help me.
Yeah, you're in a northern country, you think, oh my god, yes, I finally made it, you know? And it's like, no, come back around and get. No, that's horrible.
So we're gonna end up having to open a case file on witchcraft specifically, because I do have something to say about it and to get into, but I want to save that for another time.
I have a couple witchcraft stories too.
So I'm done with that one.
Okay.
But since the image on the right is here, I might as well mention this.
Okay.
And this is another folklore where women will stare into a mirror and call forth Bloody Mary.
Okay.
3 times, and a woman would come and appear and show them an image of their future husband.
Oh my god.
Now, it wasn't always a image of their future husband. Sometimes they would get an image of a skull.
Like death.
It would be a symbol of death, and that meant that they were going to die before they met their husband.
Man, what a fucked up way to find out that you're not getting married, especially during that time. That was like.
But the thing is, would you look into a mirror and to try to call forth a spirit Mary to let them know who your future husband was going to be and who to look out for?
Personally, me, no. You know, but I know, it was a different era back then where women were forced to marry, where women were forced to, like, you have to get married at a certain age, have children at a certain age. So I can see, like, maybe you're like, I don't know, 20 and you're supposed to be married already. It's like, Bloody Mary, who is going to be my husband?
They have AI apps where they generate your soulmate.
Yeah, there's psychics that do that too. They'll give you a drawing that what your soulmate is supposed to look like.
Yeah, so where does that come in from? What are they tapping into? Especially through a mirror. Is it something interdimensional?
It has to be.
Is it something like time travel, something with the mirror? And the thing is too, the number 3. There's always a thing about repeating the name 3 times.
Yeah.
Whether it's
anything. Yeah, I get you.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, I have hair in my ear. Sorry. I have hair in my ear.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. The horrors of long hair sometimes.
Damn you, Mary. Bloody Mary! I shouldn't have repeated her name. I already repeated it a gajillion times.
She's probably confused. She doesn't know where to go.
If we don't drop an episode after this, you already know what
Or if
happened.
I'm by myself, you know
and
why.
I'm missing. You know?
You already know why.
I was gonna start the episode staring into a mirror repeating, and she didn't want me to.
No, that's creepy. So, now that we spoke about a little bit about who the folklore came from, or the urban,
a few of them,
and we're not gonna go into the 500. That's way too much.
But we gave some good examples, maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of you can give us other examples that you have heard, since there's
you guys
so many.
heard of any other Marys?
So I wanted to speak a little bit more about, as urban legends, things come and go. So it's like, oh, did it really happen? Oh, I know someone that I went through. So it was actually a little hard to find actual, like, proof of Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
videos.
I can agree with you. There's no video of a spirit or somebody standing in front of a mirror. I
have one that we can share, but I think I don't know, you guys tell me what you think, right?
Go for it. I want to see this.
Because it was like, yeah, it can be, but maybe it's not.
Wait, so what is it? Is somebody playing the game?
She's playing the game, but she brings a haunted doll with her. So it's like a conduit with her.
Now, when you say conduit, you mean something to help bring forth?
Correct.
Mary?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only video.
And you say doll, is it because of the miscarriages and the babies? So it's like an offering?
Maybe.
Here, you lost so many babies. I'm
offering you this. Yeah, maybe.
That's insane.
So let's see. It's a TikTok post.
That's risky.
From a girl named Kelsey Davies, and let's see. Maybe. Who knows? But that's really the only one that I saw that I was like, okay, maybe this makes sense. But
no, I agree. And there's not a single news article of somebody playing
the game. See if anything happens with
called out.
Okay, yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna play it from the beginning.
Playing Bloody Mary with my haunted doll.
So I'm gonna play Bloody Mary and see if anything happens with my haunted doll. I've never done this before. I'm really scared. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.
She's brave.
Hella brave. I would not do that shit.
What the heck was that? Bloody Mary, are you here?
That's the noise that I said.
Holy shit. Okay, never mind. I'm done. Oh my god. Guys, I'm literally shaking right now. Lola, can you please protect myself as well as our followers from Bloody Mary? What the heck? Yes. Okay.
What's that little device?
Oh my gosh. Please don't try that.
Can you look at the comments?
Yeah, let's see what the comments say.
All right, let's see what the comments say, guys.
So it's saying the camera went out of focus. Oh my god, it did. Oh my god, I was always scared to play the same. I never played. I'm too much of a chicken.
All right, I think it's time for me to share my story.
Hold on, let's see what else. How did you get such a nice haunted doll? Okay.
What?
Never again. So there's that's the only experience that I actually saw that actually made a little bit of sense of what we spoke about. Again, I don't know how factual it is. I don't know if she was with someone, but it looked, who knows?
All right, so having these headphones on, I did hear people in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So hearing people in the house, I don't know if they messed with the door or anything.
Yeah, maybe.
But I will tell you, I have a slight belief in her story.
Okay, why?
And it's because of my own personal account.
What happened to you?
And again, in 6th grade, when we first learned about this, everybody was terrified to play it. Except the kids who thought they were the badasses, you know? Now, I'm going to mention something that I think plays a huge significance in this.
What was that?
And, we mentioned the number 3.
Okay, the sequences.
In 6th grade, all I hung out with was friends with the same first name.
Okay.
So me and all my friends had the same first name.
Okay. So it was a group of you with
We were
the
all
first
Agent
namers.
A's, okay?
First namers.
The teachers and principals, they would call us by our last names.
Oh my god, that must be so fucking
because of how
confusing.
many of our first name was so generic.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Now, 3 of us
Okay.
decide to play the game in the school bathroom.
So the 3 Agent A's
The
going.
3 Agent A's and myself and 2 other Agent A's.
Okay.
Go into the school bathroom one day. So to turn on the light, this is back then, guys. Again, I'm old. To turn on the light was a timer. And you would put it to 15 minutes, and that would turn on the light in the bathroom. And in the back of the bathroom, there was a window, but it was like shutters. So we would turn the trash can over so we can stand on it, and we would close the shutter so it can be pitch dark inside the bathroom. And the 3 of us lined up against the sinks with the mirrors in the bathroom.
Okay.
And we looked into the mirrors and we repeated the words, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, at the same time in synchronicity while looking into the mirror in 6th grade in the bathroom.
Oh my god.
And after doing that, mind you, there was nobody else in the bathroom. We checked it first.
So bathroom is clear.
We
There's
checked the
nobody
stalls.
there.
Yes.
Just you 3.
Just us 3.
Okay.
And closed the windows, did the ritual. And in the farthest stall, which is the handicap one, which is the biggest one,
Okay.
we heard what sounded like a knife drop on the floor.
Like a metal clink.
Yes, but specifically a knife. My sound, you can drop change on the floor, and I can tell you how much change you dropped.
Okay.
I can tell you how many quarters, how many nickels, how many pennies. I know what a knife sounds like when it drops on the floor. And the 3 of us immediately looked at each other while holding onto the sink. And we rushed out the bathroom, shoving each other to see who was the first one. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
Yeah, you are.
And we're just, get out, woo, woo, you
I'm
know?
first.
And we rush out. And when we rush out and we kept running, we take a moment to talk about whether or not we all heard the same thing in that stall, which was sounded like a knife drop, and we agreed that we all heard the same thing.
How scary. And no one else knew you guys were going to play?
No, we did it on
Decided.
our own. Now, before we did this and the whole Bloody Mary was going around, everybody was playing with the fortune teller, foldable origami fortune tellers. So we're already playing with those. We were getting paper clips and turning them into dial. I don't know what you call those.
I can't remember right now.
And you know, we're silly little kids. We used to ask stupid questions. Oh, a kid will come up, oh, is so and so, the so and so like me? And the thing would either go in for yes or go out for no. And kids would be like, no, you're moving it. And we wouldn't be doing anything. But it's like the energy of all of us around and thinking about the question would make the dials turn left or right.
Yeah. So
we're already doing a bunch of like weird phenomenon stuff. And that's what led us to attempt to try that out.
Okay, so you're not the only one that has gone through similar stories.
I'm not the only one.
No, I feel like there has been people. I found this pretty cool. I know I'm a Reddit post, but like I feel like
you're a Redditor.
I'm a Redditor. Yes, I am. I read a lot of my paranormal things on Reddit. So this Reddit post actually.
So do you believe my story?
I do, because I think it's something that has happened to a few people, that they have experienced most of the same things. So this Reddit post is, anyone else have an experience with Bloody Mary, right? So there's a few people and most of the stories are very similar. I won't read the entire thing, but this Reddit post starts with, me and my brother were desperate to have any kind of paranormal encounter and we both figured Bloody Mary would be the easiest way to do it. We went into the bathroom. So bathroom, check. They locked it and prepared ourselves for anything to happen. We said Bloody Mary 3 times and waited. They heard nothing, figuring we had to say it 13 times. Around the 8th or 9th time that they said it, we were interrupted by the saddest and most desperate sobbing coming from a woman. It came from behind the shower curtain. It sounded like someone who has just experienced a painful loss. We looked at each other and he elbowed me to check it out, to which I fearfully tore the shower curtain open and they found nothing.
I'm surprised they even stayed in there to check.
So he says that he thought it was maybe his brother messing around with him, or maybe his brother made this sound, but he's like, my brother was right next to me.
I'm glad he's questioning it.
Yeah. He says it's very weird because just like you, they're old. And says there's no smartphone or speakers that we have today.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So it's hard to say. The other one was, he has one too. He was in elementary school in the 3rd grade.
In 3rd grade, playing Bloody Mary.
Yeah, it says that each grade level had a separate wing of the bathroom, and and I saw a group of girls checking in all the stalls, talking excitedly. I asked what they were doing. They said they were about to play, Bloody Mary. So she decided to stay and watch. They closed the door, turned off the lights, and all chanted the name 7 times while turning around facing the row of mirrors. Creepy. It says that we turned to look towards the sound of something coming from a stall. They heard shaking, banging, and moving in an abnormal, impossible manner. It gets creepier. Not opening or closing as the bathroom stall door should, it was rapidly back and forth from top to bottom. Through the side slat of the door, I saw a female with dark hair and a long burgundy dress. She says that they were all frozen in time by this terrifying scene. It wasn't until one of them screamed, like it shocked them to what, like reality, and they all ran out of the bathroom. So they actually saw her.
They claim to have seen
They
it.
have claimed to see it. It says that there was no one else in the bathroom. It was just them. There was not another student that was part of the setup. They had checked the stalls, like you said prior, and all of them were together in agreement. There was no way that any of that could have happened. And it kind of goes the same thing,
Yeah, we all had similar. We did the same patterns.
Yeah, look, it says same thing. I went to the bathroom, said it twice. I got butterflies.
Also, we did lock the bathroom doors.
Yeah.
We also locked the bathroom door. After you mentioned it on the first story, we also locked the door.
Yeah, all of them say that they went to the bathroom. They said it multiple times, and then it happened. Like they either saw something, heard something, or the lights would turn off, things like that. So I thought this Reddit post was pretty interesting because all of them had very similar experiences, and it's like you said, it was situations that happened past when there was no smartphone, there was no like cool speakers or anything that could have influenced it. So
the thing about the bathroom, with my thing about the sound, it could be, people are gonna say it could be pipes, plumbing pipes, things like that.
Yeah.
And no, it was complete silence.
Yeah.
So I also started to question, the phenomenon and whether or not it was real. And I came across a few things I wanted to share.
Okay, cool. I feel that there's a lot of experiences out there of the paranormal, and I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant to really understand this urban legend. I don't know if I would consider it to be true, or if it's an act, or maybe it's just
I
our
think out
active
of the
imaginations.
I think out of the 500 plus, well, I think a lot of things plays a role. That's why I mentioned whether or not us having the same names and the three of us doing it. It wasn't just one person or two people. It was three of us with the three same name
It
repeating the
came in
term
threes.
three
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
And if you add that up, that's 9. 369,
yeah.
right? So I didn't know whether or not that played a role in the ritual. So when we talk about Bloody Mary and whether or not it's real, I think it depends on the region.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we talk about a lot of phenomenons happen depending on the region.
Correct.
Depending
Correct.
on the magnetic
Fields.
fields, right? So many things plays a role in depending the
Absolutely.
region and if something has happened there. So I think out of the 500 plus accounts, some of them may be real, not all of them, right? So I found this story.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy.
Woman who ripped out her eyes while high on meth recalls holding my eyeballs in my hand. Do you remember that show?
I know exactly what you're about to say.
Do you remember that
Oh
show
my
that's
God.
called Real Monsters?
Is that
And he would hold his eyeballs in his hands like this.
I can't.
You remember that show?
Yeah, I used to love watching that.
That was a cool show.
So this is what makes me think whether or not these accounts are real. Is there some type of psychosis thing playing effect? Is there drugs involved?
Yeah.
Are people getting high? Are people taking shrooms? Are people taking methamphetamine? Okay, she did this
Yeah.
at 20 years old.
Okay, so she's not a spring chicken.
Now again, she did this to herself. Took her own eyes out, and she explains how she held her own eyeballs in her hands. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm not gonna get too into detail with it. Right?
But she's not claiming to have seen
No, she
Mary.
didn't. This wasn't a thing of anything Bloody Mary. I'm just pointing out that under a drug or under some type of psychosis, some paranormal things can happen that may not be real, just in our own minds.
But I feel like, yes, I agree with you. But I feel like specifically when it comes to Bloody Mary, like it had to do more with kids that are playing this game. So would you say it's like an active imagination happening? And maybe that's why it's happening and they're seeing and hearing these things.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm also going to bring something up.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want to read this because it'll help you clarify your question.
All right, let's do it. So, psychologists and researchers attribute the scratched out eyes phenomenon and eerie mirror sighting to a legitimate psychological optical illusion known as the strange face illusion or the Troxler effect.
Yes. So apparently, if you stare into a mirror for, I believe, 7 minutes straight,
you start seeing
with the lights dimmed. You can't just be full lights. The lights have to be dimmed because it creates a shadowy effect over the face. Now, as you stare into your own face, into the mirror for 7 minutes straight, you will actually start to see demonic faces. And your face will start to change. And you will start, you will start to look like a monster. And the reason being is
yeah. It says that it has to be a dimly lit or candlelit room.
For a prolonged period. I believe it was 7 minutes they had said.
So it says that it can easily trigger panic and hallucinations to the brain.
Yep, your brain attempts to fill in the missing details by warping your reflection, causing your face to appear to melt, distort, or take on monstrous or gory features, which can easily trigger panic and hallucinations.
Yeah, so it says, while the scratch out eyes aspect of the legend is pure myth, like the character of Bloody Mary, is often theorized to be loosely inspired of the historical figures. Like like we said.
Elizabeth.
No, Queen
Bathory?
Mary, yeah, Elizabeth Bathory and Queen Mary the First of England.
So they're already writing this off
Yeah.
as, you know, so they're writing off the
Mm,
looking into the mirror and not seeing it, you know, and not only to the women who would look into the mirror to see their future husbands, but they saw skulls. So
yeah.
why did they see skulls? Did they stare into the mirror for too long, where they saw their own face distorting or melting?
Yeah. I can see that. I believe that the mirror is a huge gateway. Like mirrors do have some type of gateway that you can come and
You think
go.
there's another realm
I
on the other
do.
side
There's
of the
an
mirror?
upside down world for sure, like Stranger Things. But no, but for real, it's a different world, it's a different connection. It's kind of like our eyes are the windows to our soul.
Okay.
I believe that the mirror can do something very similar and give you an optic illusion to something else.
I think it's crazy when you get that whole mirror effect that just continues on and on and on when you
Mm-hmm.
put two mirrors
Yeah.
facing each other.
Yeah. So I do think that the mirror can do something and bring something forward, good or bad. I do believe that it's some type of conduit as well. Do I believe the story Bloody Mary?
In a book, you can be anything. Who will you
Child
become?
scared me right now.
I gotta add.
I
So I wanted
studied
to show you
rocks
something.
on
Let's
Mars.
get the ad.
Wow.
L ad.
Now check this out.
This is like a cartoon series.
So this is called Mary Mary Quiet Contrary,
Okay.
and it's like a little lullaby. I found it kind of weird, so let's see how it goes.
Every lullaby is super weird.
Mary Mary Quite Contrary.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cocoa shells
I don't
and
like
three
this. It gives me
maids
the
all
heebie-jeebies.
in a row.
So it's asking, how does your garden grow? Mary Mary Contrary, how does your garden grow? Now
Yeah.
think back to Queen Elizabeth. She had a garden. And I think the question behind this lullaby is, how does your garden grow when
With
you're
blood.
such a evil person?
Yeah.
That how is your garden able to flourish such beautiful flowers while you burn 300 people?
Yeah, but children lullabies, especially the very old ones,
They always have some
they're
hidden
graphic,
message
hidden
behind them
messages.
that have to do with torturing kids
Yeah,
and
look at like
all types of
London
stuff.
Bridge.
Yeah,
It's
London
falling
Bridge.
down, falling down. Like that's not. Or Mary Had a Little Lamb. Like they're fucked up. Never liked them. They scare me. I think that scares me more than anything else.
So now, conclusion. What do you think about Bloody Mary?
I believe it's a myth. Personally, I believe it's a myth. Like I said, do I believe that the mirror can bring forward other things? Absolutely.
Now, when you say other, what do you mean other? What's other besides Mary? Mary's a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So what forth can the mirror bring besides a spirit?
I would, it could be different, stronger spirits. We spoke about the different types of ghosts that there are, but definitely like poltergeist or demons would be the ones that
Because they're a lot powerful.
They're a lot more powerful. There has to be a powerful being for it to be able to go through that, and you have to invite it in
and actually warp the
penetrate
the physical realm.
The physical realm. So that's what I believe. Do I think that these Marys committed heinous acts? Absolutely.
And again, we talked about in case file 1 in Ghost that there's different levels, from a ghost to a spirit, from a demon
to poltergeist to orbs to everything,
and how a demon was never human before.
Never.
You know?
So I do think that the mirror can take a big effect into like how it warps your brain, or what you're inviting in. But do I believe the actual urban legend of Bloody Mary? Personally, me, I don't. I don't know what to tell you because you experienced something, and I don't want to like disqualify your experience, but it's hard to say.
All right. My conclusion,
Mm-hmm.
I disqualify my own experience,
Okay.
right? Even though we went through all that, there has to be an explanation for that sound.
Overactive imagination. Maybe it was a sound outside, the air conditioner.
We were pretty into it.
Yeah.
And I just think just being so into it and wanting to believe, I think creates things
Yeah,
that are not
absolutely.
necessarily there, you know? And not only that, I think there's so many different stories of the Mary situation that
It's hard to pinpoint.
they're just layering it on top of each other, and it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
case closed.
Yeah, I would say it's case closed, for sure, for this urban legend.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But if you guys have any Bloody Mary stories that you have experienced and you want us to investigate and debunk, let
Well,
us know, because
I
these
need
are
to
just
know
our experiences, and like
because we went through it
yeah,
all.
I don't have any friends that have done Bloody Mary and have successfully seen her or have heard something. It was more like Reddit stories, but how can how
Yeah,
much
and
can
the
you
Reddit
believe in
stories they
stories?
claim to have seen her. I didn't see her.
Yeah.
So again, if I haven't seen it, I don't believe it.
So I would like to hear from someone that possibly has seen her or has seen her in the mirror or has experienced her. Maybe we can debunk it more from there, but from so far the information that we have gathered.
Debunked.
Mhm.
Yeah, and soon we're gonna be opening a phone line where you guys will be able to leave voicemails
Or text us.
or text us and give us
Yeah.
stories. We'll probably play your voicemail online and we'll keep you anonymous. We won't
Hmm.
share your name, we won't share your number, and maybe we'll just
Read the story. Like,
yeah,
let
we'll
us
read the
know.
story. We don't necessarily have to play your voice,
Even if
you
you don't
know.
want to like give us your name, we can come up with an anonymous name or a different name, and we can go over your story in specifics. Just let us know, and I think that would be a cool aspect to the show.
Yep, yep. So for today's episode, that's it.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for joining us today and being part of our case file.
Most definitely.
So thank you. We did an hour, right? Oh, 5?
Thank you for joining the investigation. Until next time, stay curious, stay alert, stay safe.